And it is the DMV Weave Doctor located in Bowie, Maryland, your favorite hair loss specialist, honey, and trichologist. Today, we are going to be doing another transformation, okay? All right, this individual, she started losing her hair around, I guess, the change of life, honey, and now the Weave Doctor's trying to make her over, okay? Trying to get made over. So, we already did the cornrows. And today I'm sitting back and listening to my teacher. Now that's what I try to do with most of my clients, you know. She told me she wanted to use a specific cap, and that's what we're doing today, honey. She said she liked this cap because she feel like her scalp can breathe. She liked that it's stretchy and soft against the scalp. I think she said in the past some of those nets were just a little bit too irritating to the scalp. And the Weave Doctor aims to please. So, okay, so we doing what the client says today. Now, sometimes, if y'all trying to tell me to do something that's not gonna make no sense, the Weave Doctor not gonna do that. Then y'all gonna blame me. Anyway, so we're sewing the cap down, and the style requested for today, she wants to get a mullet mohawk type of look. That's a very popular style, and actually the Weave Doctor's want to get one of her own. I don't care what y'all say. The Weave Doctor's going to be cute this summer, okay? And because now, again, it needed some extra coverage. Sometimes the only bad thing about these caps is they're not my favorite because the stretchy material, it's like slides. So it kind of reminds me of a rubber band type of tension action. And the Wig Doctor didn't want to be playing tug of war with this wig cap. So I added on some additional netting because she would not have any type of protection on her other thin spots because she has very fine, curly, naturally wavy, curly hair. Right now, I'm just placing I was placing the frontal exactly where where her hairline would be at, and because we were using a different cap, I need to make sure that there's enough. And that's a thing a lot of people don't realize when they're doing these installs. You need to have more than enough coverage where the netting is at. Make sure the netting and the lace front meet together. If not, you're going to have a big gap, boo-boo, and that wig is just not going to look right, and it's not going to sit on that hairline. So right now, we're going to be applying the glue. She wanted glue. She said she wanted to be glued down. And glue is an excellent option for people who are low maintenance and who don't want no problems, okay? Honey, you don't want no problems. I remember Louis Scrappy used to have that song out. You know, if you don't want any problems at all, the glue is the way to go. Now, we do have the, what is the other thing? The tape that we like to use too. A lot of clients like to use the tape because they feel like it's less, it's easier for takedown. It's less caustic, I guess, on the skin. It's not as, and it's not as toxic. So, as using the glue that's, I guess, pretty much getting absorbed directly at the scalp. So we're just applying that, and these glues, they have to dry and everything. All right, so we skip past that point, and she brought in her own hair, honey. Now, the Wig Doctor probably would have liked to use some raw hair for the back, but this is what she brought in. And sometimes when you bring in the hairs that are, get them from the beauty supply at different places, they may not have the same thickness and fullness as some, and may not last as long as the raw hair. But she decided to bring this hair in, and she was ready to go today. She got this hair pre-colored by her colorist in her neighborhood, because she came from DC, and so she got it already pre-colored. The child made the Wig Doctor's life easy. All right, and so she has a certain way that she wants to put the color in. We're going to be putting most of the color in the back and a little bit in the front. We don't want her to look like a complete rainbow today, so we just added in piece by piece. I think this section we already glued down the front. And I put the a saran wrap around the edges, so to make sure that everything is laying down flat. Because for this this style that we getting done, she getting like a mohawk and a mullet hairstyle. So those edges and sides need to be laid down, especially if you're not going to use a 27-piece hair. So now it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. We already sewed in everything, honey. Now we're going to add, and we're going to razor it down. So this hairstyle, it requires a lot of cutting and razor. This is not a quick hairstyle. Do not come to the weed doctor or nowhere else thinking it's going to be quick. It is a long hairstyle, especially if you're not going to use the 27-piece hair for the sides. There's going to be a lot of molding involved. Some different stylists may sit you underneath the dryer, or you're going to have to wait until the mousse sets. And so that's what we're doing now. And see how it's laying flat, more close to the scalp? That's exactly what we're doing right now. So we're trying to make sure that everything is blended and melding together. Because again, this has to frame the face, and it's kind of like a taper style to frame the face and also the sides. Everything has to blend in seamlessly. So we're just I call it etching and sketching. Ha ha ha! These combs are pretty good too because they take out a certain amount of weight out of the hair. And at the same time, they're not going to overcut anything. So it's perfect for those, especially probably for beginner stylists. Now, I'm not saying you need to do your own. You mess around and cut off. There still is a method to using this comb. I know one side takes out more hair than the other side. So one side is really for reducing bulk greatly. And then one, I think, just helps to slither. Just kind of gives you a more, I guess, a slither approach. It's a finer comb for removing hair. So that's what we're doing now. And bada bop, booda bop, boom, bing. Okay, child, look what the weed doctor did. Look what the weed doctor did today. Again, she brought her own closures and frontals and everything else. The weed doctor did the best she can. But girl, doesn't she look amazing? So amazing, so amazing. Okay, and we got all the color in that she wanted. That's what she wanted. She wanted to have a more, I call it a punk rock style. And girl, she is looking